NLWN-TV presents the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Now, join us as we get ready for baseball in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers baseball as the Cavaliers take to the road for the first time this season, and they visit the Beef River Bullfrogs in a Chippewa River Baseball League matchup from Spangberg Field in Strum. Now, the Cavaliers are coming off a 7-1 non-league win over the Eau Claire Bears in the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game on Monday. Meanwhile, the Bullfrogs' last scheduled game was against the Cavaliers in Eau Claire last Wednesday, and it was postponed due to wet field conditions. The Bullfrogs' last action was on May 14th when they faced the Eau Claire Bears in a non-league game, with the Bears coming out on top 5-3. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Bullfrogs. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see where things stand. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Spangberg Field in Strum. So it's time to get ready for some exciting baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout as you're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Beef River Bullfrogs in a Chippewa River Baseball League game from Spangberg Field in Strum. The Cavaliers, who are 3-2 overall and 2-1 in the CRBL, are coming off a 7-1 non-league win over the Eau Claire Bears in the Billy Noss Memorial Game on Monday, while the Bullfrogs, who are 2-3 overall and 0-1 in the CRBL, last saw action when they faced the Eau Claire Bears in a non-league game back on May 14th. Now, in Monday's game, the Cavaliers were led at the plate by Brayton Tillman, who went 2 for 3, including an RBI and a run scored.
And he hits a shot out into right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Run comes in to score, and Tillman gets an RBI single out to right.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to stick the bat out there.
Take what they give you.
Good job by Brayton Tillman.
He's got a 2-hit day going.
Diego Casito scored 2 runs while going 1 for 2. One of those runs came by an error by Bears catcher Jack Sandvik during a double steal attempt.
And the pitch. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw it on to second.
Steal.
It goes out into center field. Runner's going to come in and score. That's Casado coming in to score. Casado got a great jump from second. And then on a delayed steal, Palmer got to second and went to third on the error. So Casado comes in on, he gets credit for the stolen base at third and scores on the error on the catcher, who threw it to nobody.
Also picking up 2 runs was Ryan Hull, who was running for catcher Sam Knickerbocker. Hull scored on Cade Mueller's RBI ground out to third.
High hopper over to third. Jenkins has it. Throw to first is in time, but it's an RBI.
He also scored when Logan Hesselman singled to left in the 7th inning.
There's a soft fly ball. It's going to fall in out to left field. Coming in to score is Hull, as Logan Hesselman singles out to left.
Knickerbocker was the only Cavalier to tally an extra base hit when he doubled to right field in the 7th inning, driving in Xavier Bemnister.
And Knickerbocker hits a fair ball down the first base line, goes into the corner. Bemnister comes in to score. Knickerbocker's going to check into second with a double.
Cole Tyman also picked up an RBI while grounding into a fielder's choice to drive in Caden Erickson.
Ground ball stabbed by the third baseman over to second, and they got him at second, but a run comes in to score. Tyman gets on a fielder's choice. Went 5-4, but he gets an RBI. In to score is Erickson.
The Cavaliers also performed some sparkling plays in the field, such as Trenton Palmer's diving catch in right field, robbing the Bears' Aaron Skripek of an extra base hit.
Sandvik takes his lead. We have a fly ball out into right field. Palmer moving over. He dives and makes the catch.
Long run for Palmer there.
They also showed the value of backing each other up when a ball bounced off the foot of Cade Mueller right into the glove of Caden Erickson, who fired it to Logan Hesselman at first for a 5-6-3 putout of Joe Holling.
And there's a ground ball over to third, goes off the foot. Erickson grabs it, throws it to first, they got him! That goes in the book as a 5-6-3 putout. It went off the foot of Mueller right into Erickson's glove, who turned and fired it over to first for the out.
On the mound, Andrew Milner pitched 8 stellar innings, giving up only 1 run on 6 hits. His breaking ball had the Bears batters pretty frustrated.
And the pitch. Strike 3 called. And looks like Dick Smith gave a warning to the Bears dugout.
Now, closing out the game was Lucas Costley, who gave up a scratch hit in the 9th, but proceeded to strike out the side to finish the game.
Bears down to their last out. And there's a strike called on the outside corner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Costley gave up that infield hit and then struck out the side to finish off the game.
The Beef River Bullfrogs haven't played a CRBL game since they opened their season back on May 4th with a 9-2 loss to the Osseo Merchants. Now, last season, the Bullfrogs faced the Cavaliers twice, with the Cavaliers winning both times by scores of 7-1 and 8-2. This year, with limited opportunities, the Bullfrogs are being led at the plate by Hank Munson, who's hitting at a .500 pace. He's followed by Ethan Bartles, who's batting .333. On the mound, veteran pitcher Wes Boyarski has posted an 0-1 record with an ERA of 3.50. Bartles has also made an appearance with an ERA of 14.00. Now, the Cavaliers are currently being led at the plate by Brayton Tillman, who's hitting at a .444 pace, including a double and a triple. He's followed by Sam Knickerbocker, who's hitting at .385, and Caden Erickson at .375. Logan Hesselman at .364 rounds out the Cavaliers, hitting over .300. In limited appearances, Carter Veith is hitting at .429, and Diego Casito is swinging the bat for a .333 average. The leading pitcher thus far for the Cavaliers is Andrew Milner, who has a 2-1 record with a 2.50 ERA, which includes a no-hitter. Eli Rathke is right behind with a 1-1 record and an ERA of 4.50. Lucas Costley is currently sporting the lowest Cavalier ERA at 0.78 and is averaging just over 1.5 strikeouts per inning pitched. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective as we chat with him on The Ryan Bemnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day is a new opportunity.
That's cool. Your hand's gotten so Yay!
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love your mind.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bembnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bembnister Show.
Once again today we're at the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister. Ryan, today the Cavaliers are going to get back into CRBL action when they take on the Beef River Bullfrogs from down in Strum. But before we talk about that game, the Cavs are coming off a 7-1 non-league win over the Eau Claire Bears. Your thoughts about those areas, and maybe what are some of the other things that the Cavs need to polish?
We want to make sure we can spread out the hits throughout the outer, up and down. We're still getting comfortable with everybody that we've got out there. You know, defensively we are fine, but I think we could be a little bit better. There's some plays that could have been made, yes, on the game against the Bears to kind of keep them from scoring. But all in all, I think we're starting to round up together a little bit. The pitching's been great all year long so far, so we don't have too much to worry about there. And if they keep doing that, obviously hits will come. It's baseball. So
now, it seemed as though the chemistry in the infield is really starting to gel. The play that really comes to mind is the one where Mueller at third went diving, or not diving, but went to field a ball and it went off his foot, popped straight up in the air into Caden Erickson's glove, at which he immediately fired to first and got the out.
Yeah.
And weird one in the scorebook. Fun play to watch happen. But that doesn't happen if guys don't have each other's back out there.
No, and they are moving with each other. They're moving as a group, so it's good to see them working that way. And you know, with Mueller and Erickson, they were on the left side of the infield all year last year. So you know, Cade's just back for a second game now, so he's still getting his feet, you know, underneath him over there at third because he didn't play a lot in the college ball at third. So, but they know each other well, so it's starting to gel there. And you know, we've got a lot of opportunities for guys to take over at first there with Hesselman and Delikowski and Timon, so we're looking good in the infield.
In fact, you mentioned Riley, the one error that he committed, it almost looked like one of those where he was too eager to make the right play and he started making the play before he had the ball.
Yeah, and he's got to get used to Carson Park too. It's got a little quirks in the infield, and he said it just jumped on him a little bit, and he didn't expect that, and next time he'll come through the ball more, and we're not worried. You know, we're okay.
Great. So, Ryan, good luck.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bembnister Show presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's Chippewa River Baseball League game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. The CRBL officially took the Memorial Day weekend off so families could spend time together in recognition of the holiday. That means the Cavaliers facing the Bears in the Billy Noss Memorial Game was the only action involving CRBL teams over the holiday weekend, with the Cavaliers coming out on top 7-1. Following the holiday weekend, the CRBL standings are as follows. In the North Division, in first place at 3-0 are the Cadott Red Sox. Just percentage points behind at 4-1 are the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. Third through fifth place are separated by mere percentage points, with the Jim Falls Sturgeons in third, the Bloomer Woodticks in fourth, and the Tilden Tigers in fifth. In the South Division, the Whitehall Whitetails have moved into a first place tie with the Eau Claire Bears, each at 3-1. Now, in third place, and just a half a game back, are the Cavaliers at 2-1. In fourth place at 2-3 are the Osseo Merchants, who are 1.5 games back, while the 0-1 Beef River Bullfrogs are in fifth and 1.5 games out, and the 0-3 Augusta Athletics are in sixth at 2.5 games back. The CRBL resumes action tonight with a full slate of games, including the Cavaliers traveling to Spangberg Field in Strum to face the Beef River Bullfrogs, while the Tilden Tigers will host the Jim Falls Sturgeons at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. It will be the Bloomer Woodticks traveling to Cadott High School's baseball field to face the red-hot Cadott Red Sox, while the Augusta Athletics welcome the Whitehall Whitetails to Jan Kruger Field in Augusta. And the Osseo Merchants will travel to Cinder City Park in Altoona to face the Eau Claire Bears. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're talking with Ryan Gapinski. And Ryan, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you've played ball, different levels that you've played at, and so on.
Yeah, I grew up in the Twin Cities, so I played baseball for Apple Valley High School. Played some club ball over there as well for the North Stars when I was younger, and then eventually played baseball at UW Stout for a couple of years, and then played summer ball over in the cities with the Minneapolis River Rats for a couple of years as well.
So when you're not playing baseball, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
Yeah, I play a lot of golf. I like to do some fishing, some hunting in the fall. And then wintertime, I do a lot of hockey and snowboarding as well. So.
There you go. In fact, our color commentator and camera guy, Dan, is a hockey guy, and he's going to like hearing that. He likes having a hockey guy around.
Yeah.
Got a couple rapid-fire questions. First of all, this is our signature question. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Oh, I'm going to have to take ice cream on that one, I think.
Which kind?
I like cookies and cream.
Okay.
So a little bit of combination.
All right, yeah. You got cookies in there, too.
Yeah.
All right. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
I'm going to go brats there.
What do you want on that brat?
Plain. I'll just take a plain beer brat, yeah.
Okay. Do you want it on the bun or?
Yeah, no, with the bun.
Okay.
With the bun, yeah.
All right. No kraut on that?
No kraut.
Okay.
I'm not a big kraut guy.
Favorite Major League team?
The Twins.
All right.
Yeah.
If you could sit down with any baseball player, or any baseball person, I should say, whether it's a player or some other kind of baseball personality, and you could sit down over a period of time, maybe have your favorite beverage with them, and just have a talk, who would that be?
I'd probably talk with Joe Mauer. He was one of my favorite players growing up, and obviously a Hall of Famer and kind of a major league legend, especially at the catcher position. And yeah, it was fun watching him grow up. So, yeah.
Now, if you had a superpower, what do you think that superpower might be?
Oh, I think it'd be cool to have like a time manipulation.
Okay.
Like type power.
All right. With or without a flux capacitor? Of course, you have to have the DeLorean to go with it. So.
Yeah.
If you have that ability to travel through time, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with that power. What do you think your superhero name might be?
I really don't know if I don't know. I might just roll with some of the nicknames that my friends have given me over the years. Just plays on my last name with Gap or Gappy, something like that. I don't know.
Gap or something. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
All right. How about a shout out to the family and fans that might be here to watch you?
Yeah, so my parents, Andrea and Jamie Gapinski, and my younger sister, Molly. Might see my cousin or some of his family out here, Alec Knope and family as well. They might come out. Grandma and Grandpa might come out. Grandma Lucy and Bomps. Yeah.
So we're talking with Ryan Gopinski on Cavalier Profile, and when people come to Cavalier games, what number are you going to be wearing, and where are we going to find you on the field?
13 this year, and probably mostly in the outfield, but you'll see maybe a little bit of middle infield as well. I mean.
All right. Hey, we want to thank Ryan Gopinski for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more of In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today the Cavaliers will get back to league play as they're visiting the Beef River Bullfrogs. The Cavaliers want to keep right on the heels of the Eau Claire Bears and the Whitehall Whitetails, who they trail in the CRBL South by only a half a game. The Cavaliers played pretty much a complete game on Monday with timely hitting, solid defense, and very strong pitching. Now, those are the areas that the Cavs will need to build on as the CRBL season continues. So the Cavs are ready to try and assert themselves as one of the leaders in the Chippewa River Baseball League when they take on the Beef River Bullfrogs, and we'll have all the action of that game for you right here on NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment I'll be joining the rest of our broadcast crew at Spangberg Field in Strum to get ready for today's Chippewa River Baseball League game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Stay tuned! Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. NLWN-TV proudly presents Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. Follow the Cavaliers as they defend their Chippewa River Baseball League title.
Under the lights where legends are born, diamond warriors with heart that's worn, uniform shining, proud on the field, a title to defend, a promise revealed. Cavalier champions, hear the crowd roar, defending our title, we're hungry for more.
So now, let's go out to the ballpark in today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game.
With victory in sight and a future so bright, together we rise, Cavalier spirit in flight.
And good afternoon, good evening, or whatever it is. It's been so rainy and dark all day. It's been hard to keep track of it, but here we are in Strum at Spangberg Field to bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Beef River Bullfrogs. And I'm Rick Olson, along with Ben Ryder on the computer and Amanda Lemler on the camera, and Dan Petschow is busily writing things down, and we are getting ready for this ball game. Taking a quick look at the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the Cavaliers, who are the visitors in this one. Leading off is the left fielder, Brayton Tillman. Batting second is center fielder, Xavier Bemnister. Batting third is at shortstop, Caden Erickson. The cleanup hitter for the Cavaliers today is the catcher, Sam Knickerbocker. Batting fifth, first baseman Logan Hesselman. Batting sixth is the third baseman Cade Mueller. Batting seventh, the designated hitter Cole Timon. Batting eighth, the second baseman Riley, don't call me Ryan, Gapinski. Batting ninth, the extra hitter Jerome Delikowski. And batting 10th for the Cavaliers, the right fielder Trenton Palmer.
Rick, don't forget to mention who's doing the play tonight.
And that voice you heard in the background was Teddy Joas, who's going to be calling balls and strikes in this one. And Doug Matthews is out on the bases. For the Beef River Bullfrogs, a home team tonight, we have leading off the left fielder Kyle Mogg. Batting second, the extra hitter Taylor Rathke. Batting third, the center fielder Will Thibodeau. Batting fourth, the catcher Hank Munson. Batting fifth, the designated hitter Ryan Gray. Batting sixth, the shortstop Austin Baker. Batting seventh, the third baseman Eli Huziga. Batting eighth, the first baseman Storm Standiford. Batting ninth at second base Justin Becker. And batting 10th, the right fielder Austin Yeager. Now, on the mound for the Cavaliers tonight is Eli Rathke, and he comes into tonight's game with a 1-1 record, a 4.50 ERA in 10 innings worked. He's given up 7 hits and struck out 10. On the mound for the Bullfrogs is Wes Boyarski. He's the crafty veteran for the Bullfrogs. And since the managers are meeting with the umpires out at home plate, we'll take this time out as you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, May 31st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Cadott Red Sox from Carson Park in Eau Claire. Live coverage on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 o'clock noon. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Saturday, May 31st on NLWN-TV.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, as we are just about ready to get things started here with Cavalier baseball, taking on the Beef River Bullfrogs. Cavs come into today's game with a 2-3 overall record. They're 2-1 in the CRBL, and the Bullfrogs are In fact, I said that wrong about the Cavs. They're 3-2 overall, 2-1 in the CRBL. And that's because I had the Bullfrogs record on my mind. They are 2-3 overall, and they are 0-1 in the CRBL. The last time they played a CRBL game was back on May 4th. So that's almost a month ago.
Yeah.
And they were defeated by the Osseo Merchants. Taking a look at the Bullfrogs defensively, around the infield, it's Eli Huziga at third, Austin Becker at short. Austin Baker at short. Justin Becker at second. We have Baker and Becker. And then Storm Standiford is over at first base. Hank Munson behind the plate. Kyle Mogg is out in left field. Will Thibodeau in center. And Austin Yeager is in right. Wesley Boyarski on the mound. Has a big breaking ball. He's not afraid to come back with a fastball.
Yeah, these Beef River Bullfrogs, you always got to kind of watch out for them. You think that you got them, and all of a sudden they're right back in the game. So
they
Cavaliers
tend to sneak up, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
And Spangberg Field, right in the middle of town in Strum. It's 305 down the left field line, and 305 down the right field line, 365 to straightaway center field. It's one of the older ballparks, but they've done some upgrading. New bleachers are in place this year. And fresh coat of paint on the concession stand, which, by the way, these guys are in the running in the top dog contest this year because they've got really good hot dogs here. So much I had to have a second one. And
hate to see them go to waste.
Absolutely. And, like the old Alabama song goes, had it with mustard and relish.
Yeah.
We got a great picture. What's his name? Heck, we can't even spell it.
Yeah, I like relish.
Yeah. So leading things off for the Cavaliers, Brayton Tillman comes into today's game batting .444, leading the Cavaliers. Cavs faithful are just off to our right. We have a pretty good contingent of them here. Boyarski delivers the first pitch. It's down in the dirt, ball one. So 1 ball, no strikes to Brayton Tillman. And 2-0 because that one missed outside. Lineups arrived a little bit late today, and so Dan's still busily writing his down. Pitch is outside, ball 3.
Yeah, everybody's getting a nickname on my sheet today.
So the 3-0 pitch. That's a strike called. That was Boyarski's get me over pitch. And the pitch. There's a pop-up over in foul territory on the third base side. And can't make the catch as Huziga, as he went over and in the wet grass, he slipped and fell, and the ball fell harmlessly to the ground. So Brayton Tillman gets a new lease on life as the count goes full. It's been raining all day, but not right now. In fact, the sky's kind of getting a little bit light off in the direction all the weather's been coming from. And here's the payoff pitch. That's down low for ball 4. Tillman draws a walk. That's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister batting .250. Struggled at the plate a little bit in the last game against the Bears. Was getting fooled by some pitches that just caught the corner. And the first pitch is a ball. The 1-0 pitch. That's a strike at the knees. Tillman showing some signs of maybe going. Takes a lead over at first. And the pitch. Strike 2 called at the belt. One ball and 2 strikes to Bemnister. Throw over to first, and Tillman's back in. That would have been a good time to switch. Be ready. And the pitch. Line shot out into left center field. Tillman rounds second. He's going to head over to third. And Bemnister takes a big turn at first. And it's a base hit. Yeah, that was more in left than center, I think, but still moved Tillman over to third.
Yeah, nice hit there by Xavier Bemnister.
Right over the top of the head of Baker at shortstop. Caden Erickson steps to the plate. Runners on the corners. And he sends one foul. He got a lot of wood on that one. Don't be surprised to see Bemnister heading down towards second soon. Here's the pitch. Erickson sends it. That's a foul ball. That was very close down the third base line.
Yeah, no outs. If he can get in the outfield, that'll bring in a run.
2 strikes. Pitch is high. Bemnister goes to second. Munson bluffed the throw down to second, tried to get Tillman to come off, but he didn't. So the Cavaliers have 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Caden Erickson. Boyarski delivers. Erickson grounds it over through or to short. Oh. And they've got Bemnister in a rundown. And he got back. No, he didn't. So the run came in to score. Erickson's on. I think that has to be credited as a fielder's choice. And it goes 5-6 on the fielder's choice. So Bemnister's out 5-6. And that's going to bring up Sam Knickerbocker with the Cavs on top 1-0. Knickerbocker batting .385. And the pitch. Missed a little low, I think, because from our angle, which isn't a real good one, looked like it was over the plate. But a little low. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That's a strike at the belt.
Yeah, we're a little right of home plate tonight.
Right. Not left.
Right. Who's on first? Don't get started, right?
You're right. Do not get us started on that. Runner goes. Fly ball out into center field.
It's down.
And it hit the ground. So it's a base hit for Knickerbocker. Thibodeau just couldn't get over there in time. So Erickson on second, Knickerbocker on first, brings up Logan Hesselman, batting .364. And we have a courtesy runner coming in. And I think it's Ryan Hall. And it's Ryan Hall running for Knickerbocker. He takes his lead. And the pitch is down in the dirt. Blocked by Munson.
Yeah, good job by Munson to not let that get through and move runners.
Runners at first and second. 1 run in for the Cavs. Logan Hesselman at the plate. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Boyarski looking in. And he delivers. That one's fouled away off the left side. I'm glad both of our cars are parked practically in Indiana from here.
Yeah.
Because that one had eyes for cars, possibly. Boyarski delivers. That one's fouled off.
Good job, good job.
Just got off the top of the backstop and
found a hole, actually. And
yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think it went through where the backstop starts to angle and snuck through. And the pitch. There's a pop-up out into left field. Mogg moves over. He makes the catch. Runners can't advance. So there's 2 down. That's going to bring up Cade Mueller, playing third base and batting .143.
big gap between left field and center field. If he can get it over the shortstop.
And there's a fly ball out into left field. It's pretty deep. It's back. It's over the head of Mogg off the fence. 1 runs in. Here comes. Oh, they've got him dead to rights at the plate. And so Hull is out at the plate for the 3rd out. So Mueller gets credit for base hit. Well, actually, probably gets credit for a double. And he gets 1 RBI as Erickson came in to score. And so for the Cavaliers, they pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we've played a half inning. It's the Cavaliers 2 and the Bullfrogs coming to bat on NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, Cavaliers on top, 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 1st inning. Due up for the Bullfrogs would be Kyle Mogg, Taylor Rathke, and Will Thibodeau. Taking a look at the Cavaliers defensively, we have Mueller at third, Erickson at short, Kapinski at second, Hesselman is at first, Knickerbocker behind the plate. Out in the outfield, it's Tillman, Bemnister, and Palmer, and Eli Rathke on the mound. And the Cavaliers pretty happy with a productive inning.
Yeah, that's the way to start the game. Get that nice little lead and go from there.
And the first pitch to Mogg is a ball. And there's a strike on the outside corner. From this angle, we can actually see the fastball that Rathke throws has a nice little tail on it. Here's the pitch. That one's down in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Rathke looking in for the sign. Starts his motion. And just missed that one.
Just a little low, maybe?
I think so. 3 balls and a strike to Kyle Mogg. Strike called at the letters, and Mogg knew it. He was pretty much taking all the way on that one, I think. Here's the pitch. Check swing, pop up in the infield. Erickson comes over, makes a catch. That's going to bring up Taylor Rathke looking for his league hit for the Bullfrogs. The batting averages that we have for the Bullfrogs, and we don't have very many of them, are just from the one and only league game they have played this year. Rathke's the extra hitter. And he does his job there, sends it out into right field for a single.
Good hit there by Taylor Rathke.
Well, what does they say? Hit it where they ain't, and that's just what he did. He found the gap right between the two. So with Rathke on first, that was a Rathke-Rathke matchup. You realize that, don't you? Will Thibodeau, the center fielder, is at the plate. Here's the pitch. Strike called at the knees. Feels just like Carson Park with helicopters flying over.
I was going to see if that was our ride or not.
That pitch is outside for a ball. I told him to wait. Rathke looking in and delivers. Thibodeau had a notion but decided not to, and it was a good decision. Count is 2-1. 1 out. Taylor Rathke on first. And the pitch. Strike at the belt, throw to first, and Taylor Rathke's back in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was a fastball right at the belt on the inside corner.
Yeah, good throw by Knickerbocker. From his knees.
Rathke looking in. Time called. Thibodeau called time. Rathke was taking a little too long. You know, when a pitcher takes a long time like that, it makes a batter anxious. And the pitch. That one's down in the dirt, knocked down by Knickerbocker, and Taylor Rathke wisely chooses not to go. That was a pretty good goalie move that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, very good goalie.
Pad save.
Yeah, just think if they use goalie pads. They block everything.
Full count to Will Thibodeau. And the pitch. And it's low for ball 4. So, runners at first and second with 1 out. It's going to bring up Hank Munson. Munson, the catcher, is batting .500 in his CRBL game. Rathke looks over at second. Spins, throws, and back in is Taylor Rathke. He threw it just to the first base side of second. And the pitch. That one's fouled away. No balls and a strike. Rathke at the belt. And he delivers. There's a fly ball out into center field. And it's off the wall. And they're signaling the runner to come in. And he held up at third.
Probably a good decision because the ball was already at shortstop when he was making the turn.
That's got to be probably the longest single I've seen in a long time, because that was all the way out to the base of the fence. The runners had to hold. They didn't know if he was going to catch the ball or not. And we have a courtesy runner. Ivan Nespo is in running for Munson. And at the plate is Ryan Gray, the designated hitter. Bases loaded. Strike on the outside corner. That's that fastball with a tail on it. Some people might call that a slider, but it seems a little fast for a slider. And the pitch. Foul ball right back behind us. In what used to be a cornfield, I think it's soybeans this year.
Yeah, mud ball probably today.
I think you're right. We might lose a kid or two chasing them out there.
Yeah.
And the pitch, there's a foul ball down the right field line. You know, Dan, in years past when we've been here and there's been corn out in that field, you half expect to see the ghost come walking out of the corn.
It is kind of weird to watch the tassels move and when kids are all looking.
Yeah, you never know, Shoeless Joe Jackson might come out of there. Bases loaded, 0-2 pitch to Ryan Gray, and that just missed low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Actually, that was a really good chase pitch. And the 1-2, that's a fly ball deep out into left field. Going back is Tillman. He makes the catch. Coming in to score is going to be Rathke. So Ryan Gray gets credited with a sacrifice fly. And makes the score 2-1 in favor of the Cavaliers.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Just get in the outfield and move some runners.
The other 2 runners did not advance, so we still have Thibodeau at second and Munson on first. As Austin Baker is at the plate. He hits one out into center field. It's going to drop in. And the runner rounds third, comes in to tie the game.
Yeah, the balls are kind of hanging a little bit.
A little bit.
There should have been two that should have been out of the park, and they weren't. And then this one just kind of died and landed in front, right in center field.
So with Thibodeau coming in to score, the game is tied now at 2-2. Eli Huziga steps to the plate. 2 down. And the pitch. Strike at the letters. Well, the Bullfrogs have a Rathke and they have an Eli, but they have 2 players to take that up. We have it all rolled into one. Eli Rathke delivers, swing and a miss. Throw it on to first, and he's back in time. Close play over at first. Rathke at the belt, and he delivers. There's a fly ball out into right field. That's going to fall in. And a run comes in to score. Nisball comes in to score.
Yeah, another one that just kind of hung up and died in right field. Long run over there.
So Huziga gets an RBI single to right, and it puts the Bullfrogs on top 3-2. And Storm Standiford, batting .250, is coming to the plate. And the pitch. There's a shot out into right field. That's going to score another run. And the ball comes in to second as Standiford hits it out to right. Austin Baker came in to score. So that leaves Huziga on second and Standiford on first. Justin Becker comes to the plate, the second baseman. Pitch is in the dirt. It's knocked down, but then it gets away from Knickerbocker. So the runners each advance on that wild pitch. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, right now the thing is don't leave it over the inside.
There's a strike on the outside corner.
That's where he's living earlier, and he's got to go back to those side corners.
Rathke at the belt, and he delivers. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rathke fires. Fouled away. Count holds at 1-2. And a youngster braves going out into that muddy field. He didn't sink too much into it. And the pitch. There's a ground ball over to third. Picked up, throw over to first in time. So, for the Bullfrogs, they pick up 4 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on. We've played an inning, and it's the Beef River Bullfrogs 4, Cavaliers 2 on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Menominee Eye and Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
Back here at Spangberg Field, we head into the second inning. Lots of action in the first inning. Cavaliers trailing the Bullfrogs 4-2. Due up for the Cavaliers this half inning, we have Cole Time, Riley Gopinski, and Jerome Delikowski. So Timon steps into the box. Boyarski delivers. It's inside for a ball. And it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Cole Timon. And the pitch. That was high for ball 3. And there's a strike called in the outside third. Pretty much Boyarski's get me over pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike, a hitter's pitch for Timon. He swings and pops it up out into center field, and going back and making the catch is Thibodeau. Thibodeau actually came in a little bit early and ended up having to back up quite a bit. The ball carried for Timon. That's going to bring up Riley Gopinski. Gopinski comes into the game batting .222. Strike called. Curveball came down and in. Swinging a foul tip into the glove, and the count becomes 1-2, I believe. And the pitch. That's inside. Ben has it at 2-2, and I think that's correct. Yep, it is. Teddy Joe has just signaled it. Scoreboard was a little bit off. Pitch is low and away, called for strike 3.
That's been a breaking ball.
Cavalier fans did not like that call.
It dove pretty quick there.
Yeah, but it may have caught that front corner. Jerome Delikowski stepping to the plate, batting .182. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Delikowski just a little behind it. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Boyarski's just giving Delikowski a steady diet of fastballs. The 0-2 pitch. That one's fouled back into the screen. It was another fastball. No balls and 2 strikes to Jerome Delikowski. 2 down. Pitch is down in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2. Here's the pitch. High pop up, foul territory on the right side and just out of play. Count holds at 1-2. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Nobody on. We're in the top of the second. That's down low, and the count goes full. This is what we talk about when you get 2 strikes on you. You got to at least foul the ball away if it's not near the strike zone, or if it is near the strike zone.
Yeah, I got to widen it.
Pop up in the infield. Moving over is Baker, and he almost misjudged it, but caught it behind his head. And Delikowski pops out to short. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and we've played an inning and a half, and it's the Bullfrogs 4, Cavaliers 2 on NLWN-TV.
Auto Vision Center in Eau Claire, your source for auto glass repair and replacement. Their quality work comes complete with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. When it comes to windshield repair and replacement, Auto Vision Center provides mobile auto glass services with free estimates. So if your windshield needs help, call Auto Vision Center today. That's Auto Vision Center at 1631 North Claremont in Eau Claire. Call 715-834-5277.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
So we go to the bottom of the second inning with the Bullfrogs leading the Cavaliers 4-2. Due up for the Bullfrogs, Austin Yeager, followed by the top of the order, Kyle Mogg and Taylor Rathke. Eli Rathke kind of got roughed up a little in the first inning.
Yeah, I think when he kind of went center and inside up, they kind of got on him. But if he stayed outside, then he got a couple strikeouts. So they're seeing the inside stuff.
So Austin Yeager looking for his first league hit. Pitches high for a ball. Rathke goes into the wind and his motion. Ground ball over towards first. Hesselman picks it up, steps on the bag for out number 1. So back to the top of the order, Kyle Mogg, who popped to short his first time up. What was that? Check swing pop-up, if I'm not mistaken. Curveball missed outside. Here's the wind in the pitch. That one's too low. 2 balls. No strikes. Rathke winds and fires. That one's outside. 3-0 is the count. I think he's doing what you said, Dan. He's trying to hang outside.
Yeah, that's where he's got kind of the calls so far.
Right now he's missing, though.
Yeah, you don't want to start, trying to dial in.
Rathke winds and delivers. There's a strike on the outside third of the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. Rathke looking in. Goes into his motion. The 3-1 pitch. Strike 2 called on the outside corner.
Swing the bat.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Payoff pitch. Fouled. But it's in play maybe. Knickerbocker giving chase and over by the fence. Mueller got a glove on it but wasn't able to hang on as both he and Knickerbocker crashed into the fence and into each other. Everybody walks away smiling.
I think it was off the top of the fence.
I think you might be right. They both gave it a chase. Teddy Joas gave Sam Knickerbocker a chance to get himself collected. Count remains 3-2 to Kyle Mogg. Here's the payoff pitch. Pop up in behind plate. Knickerbocker there. He makes the catch. That's going to bring up Taylor Rathke. He singled to right field his last time up to get things started for the Bullfrogs in that big 4-run inning. He fouls his first pitch back. Rathke winds and delivers. Fly ball out into right field, and coming underneath and making the catch is Palmer. So the Bullfrogs go down in order in the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We played 2, and it's the Bullfrogs 4, Cavaliers 2 on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, May 31st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Cadott Red Sox from Carson Park in Eau Claire. Live coverage on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 o'clock noon. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Saturday, May 31st on NLWN-TV.
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum, located in Eau Claire's Carson Park, with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 715-834-7871.
And this reminder that the summer hours for the Chippewa Valley Museum are going to begin this weekend. Check out cvmuseum.com for more information. Also, you can celebrate the beginning of summer on May 31st. That's on Saturday, with the opening of the Wisconsin Logging Museum and the 1890s Logging Camp. You can take part in a special scavenger hunt as you tour the exhibit center and the logging camp buildings. Enjoy live music by Maple Ridge from 1 to 3 p.m. And this one's just for you, Dan. Try your hand at getting logs moving in a PV pole race.
Ooh.
That's right up your alley, Dan. Leading things off for the Cavaliers is Trenton Palmer took the first pitch for a ball. Wes Boyarski delivers, swing and foul back off the left side.
Good idea. 1-1.
Boyarski at the belt. Swing and a miss, strike two. Trenton Palmer still looking for his first hit of the season. And a pitch, and he fouls that one away.
Towards the pitcher now. Towards the pitcher. 1-2. Play. Anything close?
Boyarski works from the belt. Pitch is high and away for ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. And it's fouled off again. Palmer hanging tough. Now who's going to win the battle?
Yeah, I would guess something will be away.
Two balls, 2 strikes. High for ball 3. Full count now. Trenton Palmer. And the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Palmer goes down looking. He thought he had ball 4. That's going to take us back to the top of the order. Brayton Tillman, who drew a walk his first time up. That's the second strikeout by Boyarski, and both of them have been looking. That pitch is in the dirt. Bounces right near the foot of Tillman, and then all the way back to the fence. So 1 ball and no strikes. Boyarski delivers. Strike called, and it got past Munson. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, Ben mumbled over here that Boyarski and Munson might have gotten a little crossed up on their signs, and I think you might be onto something there, Ben. That pitch is outside. That one also got away from Munson. 2 balls and a strike. Boyarski delivers. Ground ball right back to Boyarski. Throw over to first for the out. So 2 down brings up Xavier Bemnister, who singled to left field his last time up. Boyarski delivers, and that's a strike called. No balls and 1 strike.
Go do something with it.
And the pitch. Must have been high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boyarski at the belt. And he delivers. Fly ball out into center field. Thibodeau is underneath, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 2.5, and it's the Bullfrogs 4, Cavaliers 2 on NLWN-TV.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive?
ZWX.
You're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will. But you don't have to do it alone, that's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Going into the bottom of the third inning. Eli Rathke out there for his third inning of work. And due up for the Bullfrogs, we have Will Thibodeau, Hank Munson, and Ryan Gray. Rathke taking a little bit of time in his warm-up tosses, doing a little bit of mound grooming. And he threw another one into the backstop. You know, Dan, there's a strategy to that.
There is?
Yeah, it's kind of like in the movie Bull Durham where he hit the bull with his first pitch. Made the batters afraid to stand in the box against him.
That hold me.
So Will Thibodeau steps up to the plate. He walked his first time up. As Knickerbocker getting straps reattached. And Rathke winds and fires. There's a line shot just over the outstretched glove of Kapinski into right field.
Yeah, just a little looper in the right field.
That's going to bring up Hank Munson, who singled to center his first time up. And that's fouled away at the plate. No balls in the strike. Runner on first. That's Thibodeau. Rathke delivers. Strike called on the outside corner. Swing and a miss for strike three. First strikeout of the night for Eli Rathke. It's going to bring up Ryan Gray. Gray hit a sacrifice fly to left field, scoring a run his first time up. Rathke looks over at first. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Rathke looks at first. And now delivers. Strike on the inside corner, right at the belt high.
Gotta be swinging at those.
And the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Flip to second for one. Throw to first. In time. A 6-4-3 double play That went from Erickson to Kapinski, over to Hesselman, and the Bullfrogs go down with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 3, and it's the Bullfrogs 4, Cavaliers 2 on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s for some vintage baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps. Our first broadcast will be on Monday, June 23rd, as the Blue Caps face the Flat Rock Bear Clan from Michigan and the Fillmore Fungi from Minnesota. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. That's Vintage Baseball, Monday, June 23rd on NLWN-2.
Yeah, we should mention that Vintage Baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps is on a delay basis. So the games that we're going to show you on Monday the 23rd will actually have been played over the weekend, and we will bring them to you on Monday. All of the games that we carry of the Blue Caps will be on Monday evenings from games that would have been played the weekend prior or some days prior.
Yeah, because we don't know what kind of field we're going to be playing on.
And in 1860s, they didn't have good cell service, and it
was pretty weak.
Yeah, at best. So due up for the Cavaliers in the top of the 4th inning, we have Caden Erickson, Sam Knickerbocker, and Logan Hesselman. Erickson grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. It scored a run. First pitch was low. And the pitch, that's high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. This is almost like a hitter's pitch also, because a pitcher doesn't want to fall down 3-0. And Erickson sends it down the third baseline. It's a fair ball. Long throw over to first, and they got him.
Yeah, good throw there from third base.
Huziga with a strong arm sending it over to first. 1 down brings up Sam Knickerbocker, who singled to center field. His first time up. Boyarski delivers. It's down in the dirt. Ball 1. Cool spring evening here in Strum, although the sky's starting to look a little clearer.
Yeah, breaking up a little bit to the west.
That pitch is high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. So it turns out to be a fairly nice evening for baseball as long as you put a jacket on. And the pitch. Fly ball, that's out deep into center field, and chasing it down out there is Will Thibodeau. Long run for Thibodeau. Knickerbocker set it for a ride, but Thibodeau caught up with it, and there are 2 outs. That's going to bring up Logan Hesselman.
Come on, Cavalier.
He flew out to left field. He pops that one up out into left field, actually, and that was deeper than it looked like. So that's out number 3. The Cavaliers go down again with nothing across. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we have played 3.5. And the score, the Beef River Bullfrogs 4, Cavaliers 2 on NLWN-TV.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
to learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is "My job is people, everyone is my business." But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. My service never stops.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field, along with little Johnny Cash and Ring of Fire, being played by the public address system. I hope we don't get a copyright gig for that, because we had nothing to do with it.
Well, if we were singing, they'd probably cut us off.
Eli Rathke doing his 4th inning of work, and due up for the Bullfrogs, Cade Mueller, Cole Timon, and, oh wait, that's us. Here's this, Austin Baker, Eli Huziga, and Storm Standiford. It's a little different looking at the score sheet with the Cavs on top. It's our first road game. I'm used to seeing their names on the bottom and the opponent on the top. So Austin Baker, the shortstop. Rathke delivers, and that missed low. Rathke winds and fires. Just a little bit high. 2 balls, no strikes. The wind in the pitch. That just missed the outside corner. 3 balls, no strikes now. To Austin Baker, who singled his last time up. And ball 4. That's the second walk given up by Rathke today. Brings up Eli Huziga, who singled to right field his last time up. Drove in a run. And there's a strike at the letters on the inside corner. And the pitch, ground ball through the hole into left field. And it moves Baker over to second. Huziga on first, brings up Storm Standiford. 2 runners on, nobody out. Standiford singled to right his last time up. Rathke delivers. That one's down in the dirt. Blocked by Knickerbocker.
Yeah, good save by Sam.
And the pitch. Ground ball over to first. Hesselman grabs it, steps on the bag. The runners each advance 1. So Baker on third, Huziga on second, Justin Becker coming to the plate. For some reason, that name sounds like it ought to be a soccer player.
Yeah, it does.
He grounded to third his last time up. And the pitch. Ground ball to third again. Picked up, throw over to first in time. And a real nice job over at third by Mueller, holding the runner, freezing the runner at third, and making a strong throw over to first. 5-3 on the putout. And that's going to bring up Austin Yeager, who grounded to first unassisted. Two down. Ground ball. Rafty knocks it down, picked up by Erickson, throw to first. And they called him safe. They called him safe at first. That's going to be an infield hit.
So in the score is number 3, right? Austin?
Yes, Austin Baker came in to score on that, making it 5-2. Bullfrogs ahead. There's a pitch a little bit low for ball 1 to Kyle Mogg. Mogg is 0 for 2. He popped to short and fouled out to Knickerbocker. Runner goes, pitches inside for a ball, throw to second. They got him at second. So Austin Yeager is caught stealing. And for the Bullfrogs, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we've played 4, and it's the Bullfrogs 5, Cavaliers 2 on NLWN-TV.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/act now.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field, where they decided to turn up the PA music. 2 up for the Cavaliers in the top of the 5th inning. Cade Mueller, Cole Timon, and Riley Gopinski. Cavaliers trailing by 3. They need base runners. Mueller doubled his last time up. That pitch is down low for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. Inside, ball 2. And that pitch is ball 3.
Staying down in the zone. He's going to have to come up.
The 3-0 pitch. And it's inside for ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Cade Mueller. That's what the Cavaliers need. It's going to bring up Cole Timon. Flew out to center field his last time up. And the pitch. That's down low for a ball. That's ball 5.
Shout out to Kyle Ludmark watching on our channel. Thanks, Kyle.
And swing and a miss. A ball and a strike. Throw over to first. Mueller's back. Boyarski delivers. There's a shot out into left field for a base hit. Timon rounds first, and Mueller checks in at second. 2 runners on, nobody out. Brings up Riley Gopinski, who struck out looking his last time up. And the pitch, foul back into the screen. Good cut that time by Gopinski. Jerome Delikowski on deck. He'll be followed by Trenton Palmer. Boyarski checks second. And the 0-1 pitch. Strike called on the outside third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Pop foul out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. There's a looper out towards second. Infield fly rule is called. So Gopinski is out as Becker got underneath it and caught it. So Jerome Delikowski with 1 out, 2 runners on. He popped to short his last time up. And the pitch. There's a strike about thigh high. Dan, I'm just waiting for the big guy to get a hold of one.
Yeah, it's only 3:05 down the left field line.
I can't think of a better time than now. There's a shot out into center field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. 1 run rounding third, coming in to score. And Delikowski gets an RBI single out to center field.
Yeah, good speed by Cade Mueller to come around and score.
Yeah, Mueller put on his wheels and pedaled hard and got in for the 3rd run for the Cavaliers. Timon at second. Delikowski on first. Swing and a miss by Palmer.
Big curveball there.
One thing the Cavaliers are not blessed with right now on the bases is speed. Here's the pitch. There's could be trouble. It falls in, and Timon stops at third.
And Palmer gets a hit.
That's his first hit of the season for Trenton Palmer. Way to go, Trenton. That was a good time for it. And we're going to get a conference at the mound by the Bullfrogs because the Cavs have the bases loaded with only one out, trailing 5-3. And they're out there having a chat with Boyarski. Taylor Rathke out there talking with them.
Yeah, a little defensive strategy right now.
Looks like it. Doesn't look like they're getting ready to make any change right here. And Rathke said everything he needed to say. And everybody returns back to from whence they came. How about that one, Ben? That's a good word. That had Ben impressed.
Wonder how many points in Scrabble you'd get for that.
It depends on where you play that Z. No balls, no strikes, and swing and a miss for strike one by Brayton Tillman.
Big swing there.
He walked his first time up, then grounded back to the pitcher. And the pitch. Strike at the belt. No balls, 2 strikes. Boyarski looking over at second, looking at third, and delivers down low. Ball's knocked down by Munson. Kept it out in front of him, so nothing untoward could happen. There you go. I used toward and whence in the same half inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brayton Tillman. He sends a liner out into left field for a base hit. Timon comes in to score. And everybody else stops at one station along the line.
Your turn, Javi. Let's go. Same thing, 1 base at a time.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to swing for the fences. Just
put
set
it
her
in
out
play.
there.
So we have Delikowski at third, Palmer at second, Tillman at first. And the first pitch is a ball to Xavier Bemnister. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Cavs have closed the lead to 1. Pitches in the dirt. Munson knocks it down. 2 balls and a strike. And that's a dead ball. It hit Bemnister, and it's an RBI hit by pitch for Xavier Bemnister. Scores Jerome Delikowski and ties the game at 5 each. Brings up Caden Erickson with the bases loaded. Erickson grounded into a fielder's choice, did pick up an RBI on that, and then grounded to third. He hits a fly ball out into center field.
That's
it's deep. It's back. It's off the fence. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in.
Only 1 come in?
Only 1 came in. Palmer's the only one that came in. Tillman is on third. Erickson is on first, and Bemnister's on second.
And Palmer came.
Yeah, Palmer came in to score. And there's a strike call, curveball, dropped down into the zone. 1 out, Base is still loaded. Sam Knickerbocker. Cavs now on top, 6-5. And the pitch. That was outside for a ball. We can actually hear Teddy Joas say where that pitch was. He does a nice job of letting us know what's going on. Strike called at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Logan Hesselman on deck for the Cavaliers. Knickerbocker is singled and flew to center. Outside. Counts even at 2-2. And the pitch. There's a hard chop foul down the first baseline. Almost went right over the bag. And the pitch. Swung foul, tipped, and dropped. Boyarski at the belt. And he delivers. That one's popped out of play. Knickerbocker hanging tough. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away.
The count goes full.
Nowhere to put him. Full count to Knickerbocker. And the payoff pitch. Ground ball to first base, throw to the plate, and he's safe at the plate. The throw, Munson was laying in front of the plate. He wasn't on the base. The throw came in. By the time he got over there, in came Tillman. And Knickerbocker's going to get on a fielder's choice.
I think we're going to have pitch and change.
And we are going to have a pitching change. And as we do, we'll take this time out on NLWN-TV.
Being a cowboy, I don't know anything different. I had a very successful career. Life was fast. I was preparing physically. I wasn't doing anything mentally. And then I got hurt. I dug into mental health. I wanted to be better as a person. I start my day with a workout. I live life 8 seconds at a time. Find a place to stop and just breathe. Love your mind.
My name's Stacy, I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020. One teen can come in and make you look at life in a whole different way.
You know, he's my father, so I look up to him a lot. If I can be 10% of the man he is, I'll be a happy person for sure.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
And we're back here. New pitcher for the Bullfrogs is Ethan Bartles, former Northern Light Webcasting Network broadcaster.
He made the All-Star game last year.
Yes, he did. In fact, he got the win in the All-Star game last year. Hesselman at the plate. The pitch is outside for a ball. Ethan Bartles comes in with bases loaded and 1 out. Cavs up 7-5. He winds and delivers. That one's fouled back. Counts even at 1-1. The numbers are in on Boyarski, and I'll go over those in just a moment. Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball. 3-1. Or is it 2-1? 2-1. Ben's on top of it. He corrected me. Here's the wind in the pitch. There's a shot foul down the right side. So for Boyarski, he went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 7 runs. They were all earned on 8 hits. Struck out 2, walked 2, and he is responsible for all 3 runners on base. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Logan Hesselman. Hesselman has twice flown out to left. There's a hard shot over to first, throws it second for 1, back to first, and they got him. That goes in as a 3-6-3 double play. So for the Cavaliers, they pick up 5 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we have played 4 1/2, and it's the Cavaliers 7, Bullfrogs 5 on NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads.
NLWN-2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Auto Vision Center in Eau Claire, your source for auto glass repair and replacement. Their quality work comes complete with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. When it comes to windshield repair and replacement, Auto Vision Center provides mobile auto glass services with free estimates. So if your windshield needs help, call Auto Vision Center today. That's Auto Vision Center at 1631 North Claremont in Eau Claire. Call 715-834-5277.
And we're back here at Carson Park. No, we're not. We're at Spangberg Field in Strum. And heading into the bottom of the 5th inning, Cavs on top, 7-5. Due up for the Bullfrogs. We have Kyle Mogg, Taylor Rathke, and Will Thibodeau. And the first pitch is a called strike. Mogg is 0 for 2. Popped to short and fouled out to Knickerbocker. He was at the plate. And he fouls that one away when Yeager was caught stealing. No balls, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. And there's a called strike. That is the second strikeout for Rathke. And it's going to bring up Taylor Rathke. And Taylor Rathke is 1 for 2. He singled to right and flew out to right. And there's a strike at the belt. Outfield shading him a little bit to the right. That one missed inside. And that one missed. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Just a little inside.
3 balls, 1 strike. And that missed for ball 4. So Taylor Rathke draws a walk. That's the 3rd walk given up by Eli Rathke. And it brings up Will Thibodeau. Thibodeau had one of those 3 walks. He also singled to right. And the first pitch missed for a ball. Rathke looks over at first. And the pitch. Fouled away over into the Bullfrog dugout. And it's now 2-1. Rathke glances at first and delivers high and inside. Throw down to first, and getting back in time is Taylor Rathke. Three balls and a strike. With one away. And a strike called. The count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Ball 4. And time is called as Ryan Bemnister wants to go out and talk with Eli Rathke. We can't see from here whether anybody's working in the Cavalier bullpen.
Right, yeah, the dugout's right
It's
in the way.
right in the way, and I don't have my X-ray vision tuned in. It's not covered under my medical plan.
Yeah, that costs extra in the
It
medical.
does. Plus, there's a huge copay. Ryan Bemnister said everything he needed to say, and making sure everybody's on the same page with 2 runners on. Tying run on first. We're in the 5th inning. At the plate is Hank Munson. Munson's 1 for 2, single to center field, and struck out. And the pitch. Hard shot, ground ball to second, or to short, flip to second, throw to first. Not going to be in time there. But they got the runner at second. Munson grounds into a fielder's choice, 6-4. getting Thibodeau at second. And it's going to bring up Ryan Gray with 2 down. Taylor Rathke over on third. Gray hit a sacrifice fly to left field his first time up and then grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Eli Rathke delivers the ball. Strike called at the knees. And the pitch. There's a chopper. Erickson scoops it up. Fires to first in time. So the Bullfrogs pick up no runs on no hits. There were no errors, and 1 man was left on base. We've played 5, and it's the Cavaliers 7 and the Bullfrogs 5 on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Auto Vision Center in Eau Claire, your source for auto glass repair and replacement. Their quality work comes complete with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. When it comes to windshield repair and replacement, Auto Vision Center provides mobile auto glass services with free estimates. So if your windshield needs help, call Auto Vision Center today. That's Auto Vision Center at 1631 North Claremont in Eau Claire. Call 715-834-5277.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field. Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, Ben Ryder, and Amanda Lemler on the camera. On a chilly evening, everybody's bundled up more like for a football game than for a baseball game.
Yeah, it's starting to cool off here. Was it 8:30 Central Standard Time?
And that temperature, you're right, it's dropped down. Well, it hasn't really gotten warm all day. And due up for the Cavaliers is Cade Mueller. He'll be followed by Cole Timon and Riley Gopinski. Yeah, it's dropped to 55 degrees right now here in Strum. Pitch is low for a ball to Cade Mueller. Mueller doubled his first time up, then drew a walk. And the pitch is inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. At the letters inside. 3-0. And here's the pitch. That's a strike called. That was Bartle's get me over pitch. You can always tell when it is. They take a little something off it. The batter isn't swinging. And that one got Mueller. Looked like right about the shoulder blade. Ethan Bartles came in and apologized a little to Cade Mueller.
He probably coached half of these kids.
That's going to bring up Cole Timon. He singled to left his last time up with Mueller on first, so we might as well do it again, don't you think?
Yeah.
There's the pitch, down low for a ball. Here's the pitch. Throw over to first, not in time. 2 balls. And the ball got away, and down to second goes Mueller. The ball getting thrown back to Bartles was a little out of his reach and rolled over toward third base. And Mueller very alertly headed towards second. I think that's going to be an error on the first baseman. And that pitch gets away from the catcher. And Mueller's now on third with a 3-0 count to Timon. Three balls, no strikes to Cole Timon. Ethan Bartles delivers. That one gets back to the screen. Mueller coming in, and he's safe. Mueller scores on a wild pitch. It was ball 4. So there is no RBI for Timon, and we're having a conference at the mound as Taylor Rathke goes out there to have a talk with Ethan Bartles.
Yeah, I think more just to settle him down, and kind of get back in the zone.
And they're still having a discussion. Bartles digging, kind of grooming that area right in front of the rubber, and that might be bothering him a little bit.
32 pinch runner.
So we do have a pinch runner for the Cavaliers, and that's Carson Windeshausen is running for Timon. We'll see if Timon re-enters as the designated hitter or if Windeshausen stays in to be the designated hitter. Here's the pitch. That's a strike called on the outside corner. Riley Gopinski at the plate. He struck out looking and then popped out to second. That pitch was down low. Here's the pitch outside, goes back to the screen, and Windeshausen checks in at second. Two balls and one strike. Here's the pitch. Strike at the knees. Gopinski didn't like that call. Two balls, two strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Count goes full. Windeshausen on second. Cavs up 8-5. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Here's the pitch. That one's outside. Gets knocked down by Munson. Windeshausen goes to third. He's in safely. So Windeshausen takes third on the wild pitch. And it was a base on balls going to Riley Gopinski. That'll bring up Jerome Delikowski with runners on the corners. Delikowski's 1 for 2. He popped to short and then singled out to center field with an RBI in the 5-run fifth inning. Pitch is outside for a ball. Ethan Bartles struggling with his control right now. And the pitch, runner goes, throw it on to second, and it rolls out into center field. Into scores Windishausen on the double steal. So Gopinski gets the stolen base, and Windishausen gets the stolen base. And it's 2-0 to Jerome Delikowski. 9-5. Sounds like a Dolly Parton song, if you ask me.
Yep.
That one's outside.
Yeah, it looks like a cribbage hand up there on that board. 9 and a 6 and a 5.
Yeah, you could do okay with that. Actually, that's only 15-2.
Yeah. Wouldn't be too
It
much.
looked promising, but it's not much there. Foul tip. Off the mask of Munson. Teddy Joas walking the ball out to Bartles to give Munson a chance to shake it off a little bit. You know, umpires and catchers do have a special relationship.
Ooh. Yeah, you gotta
take
hold it in there.
They take care of each other.
It's probably one of the toughest jobs in a baseball team, is catching.
Oh, I think without a doubt. Skill-wise, maybe pitching, but just being tough out there, you're right. There's a hard shot foul right over by the collection of bats for the Bullfrogs. Jerome Delikowski, 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call, curveball caught the outside corner. That's going to bring up Trenton Palmer. He got his first hit as a Cavalier, well, this season.
This season, yeah.
In his last at bat when he singled out to left field. It'd be nice to see him get his second right now. And the first pitch is a ball. Kopinski on second. One away. And that's high and away. Ball 2. Some of the Cavalier hitters may have just decided they're going to wait until they see a strike from Bartles.
Runner
Pitch
goes.
is low, throw to third, and it bounces away. And Gopinski is on third. In fact, Husaga thought he still had it in his glove, turned and tagged Gopinski again as he was coming up after the slide, and all of a sudden realized he didn't have the ball in his glove. Here's the pitch. There's a strike at the belt. 3 balls and 1 strike. To Trenton Palmer. This is a hitter's pitch. Inside, ball 4.
We got action in the bullpen for the Bullfrogs.
It looks like we're going to get a pitching change. And while we do that, we're going to take this time out on NLWN-TV.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We will be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ball game. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, May 31st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Cadott Red Sox from Carson Park in Eau Claire. Live coverage on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 o'clock noon. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Saturday, May 31st on NLWN-TV.
Now pitching for the Bullfrogs is number 40, Chase Williams. So Ethan Bartles will go out. 9-5. Cavaliers lead here in the 6th inning. Coming to bat will be number 11.
I think Ethan was getting tired there.
Is it? Yep, number 11. Brayton Tillman. We got runners on the corner for the Cavaliers here.
Looks like he's got a fastball and a breaking ball to me, this guy.
Chase Williams, Bullfrogs' third pitcher tonight here. Getting his warm-up pitches in. One out. Coming to plate is Brayton Tillman. Quick discussion with Ryan Bedminster. Runners on the corner. First pitch is outside for a ball. Swing and a miss. The runner goes down to second.
So that's Trenton Palmer now on second with a stolen base. Kapinski's on third. Brayton Tillman at the plate. And the pitch. It's inside. 2-0. By the way, the numbers on Ethan Bartles, he went 1 inning, gave up 2 runs, both of which were earned. No hits. He struck out 1 and walked 3. And that one's fouled back. Two balls, 2 strikes to Brayton Tillman, who is 1 for 2 tonight. He also drew a walk. Check swing, he didn't go. Three balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. 1 away. Xavier Bedminster on deck. There's a fly ball out into right field, and that's foul. Boy, it was towards that corner, right by that foul ball, Dan.
Yeah, a little bit out of our view, but good shot
there. You could just kind of tell by where Yeager was heading for the ball. It was flirting with the foul pole, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Hardest hit tonight.
And it was outside for ball 4. Second walk of the night for Tillman. And it's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. He is 1 for 2 today, and he singled his first time up, then flew out to center field, and he was hit by a pitch. Picked up an RBI when he got hit by the pitch. Check swing strike.
More action in the Bullfrogs bullpen.
And a strike called. No balls, 2 strikes. And that pitch is high. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 call to Xavier Bemnister. By the way, Chase Williams is the pitcher on the mound for the Bullfrogs. And ground ball to third, steps on the bag for the put out, so Erickson grounds into a fielder's choice. And it's 5 unassisted. So for the Cavaliers, they do pick up 2 runs on no hits. There were no errors, and the bases were left loaded. So we've played 5 1/2, and it's the Cavaliers 9, Bullfrogs 5 on NLWN-TV.
Wraps and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Well, we're back here at Spangberg Field, heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. Cavaliers have opened up a 9-5 lead over the Beef River Bullfrogs. Home plate umpire Teddy Joas was telling us a little bit about a wee bit of controversy. When the Bullfrogs changed pitchers, they wanted to bring in Taylor Rathke, except he's the extra hitter, and you can't do that. If he were the designated hitter, they could have done that, and then there would no longer have been a designated hitter. But he was the extra hitter, and so he couldn't come in, which is why we got Williams on the mound. So leading things off for the Bullfrogs is Austin Baker. He's 1 for 1. He singled and drew a walk, and the first pitch was low and away for a ball. Rathke winds. He delivers line shot foul on the right side. One ball, one strike. Strike called on the outside corner. Rathke into his motion, and he delivers. That one's outside, just a bit outside.
It's kind of fun seeing this view. We're usually up in the
Knickerbocker didn't
box.
even have a chance on that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Austin Baker, he sends a line shot right into the glove of Mueller. You know, Dan, Ann says every time she hears Mueller's name called out, she can't help but think about the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. There's a strike called to Eli Huzaga. Huzaga has a 2-hit day going. He's singled to left twice. Strike 2 called. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. He just mowed him down that time. It's going to bring up Storm Standiford. Standiford's 1 for 2, singled to right his first time up, and then grounded to the first baseman his second time. 2 away, we're in the bottom of the 6th. Rathke winds and delivers. Strike called at the belt. Cavs action coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. That's a ball low. Saturday, Cavs are at home against the Cadott Red Sox. Sunday, they're on the road. Actually, it's 3 games this weekend because they're on the road at Jim Falls for a doubleheader. There's a strike on the outside corner. That's going to test the Cavalier pitching a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball over toward first. Picked up and throw to... And Rathke missed the ball. That's going to be an error on Rathke because the ball was right there. Kapinski fielded it. And he and Hesselman were going for the ball. Kapinski got it. Rathke covered the bag like he was supposed to, just didn't catch it. That's going to bring up Justin Becker. Becker has been consistent today. He's grounded to third twice. And the pitch. Strike called. Delay call that time from Teddy Joas. Sometimes you have to think about it a second. It was right on the edge. And the pitch. That's down low for a ball. One ball and 1 strike. High pop-up, foul territory, Knickerbocker. And the young lady in the red chair had to scramble to get out of the way because it was heading right for her. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but the beautiful blue sky. Actually, I think that's blue from the clouds, but it's a pretty evening tonight in Strum. Ground ball to Erickson, throw to first. It's in time. Nice scoop that time by Hesselman. And for the Bullfrogs, no runs on no hits. There was 1 Cavalier error and 1 was left on base. We've played 6 innings, and it's the Cavaliers 9, Bullfrogs 5 on NLWN-TV.
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum. Located in Eau Claire's Carson Park, with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 715-834-7871.
And this reminder for you, if I can get a little light on the subject in here so I can see what I'm trying to look at. Summer hours for the Chippewa Valley Museum start this weekend. Check out cvmuseum.com for more information. Also, don't forget the Chippewa Valley Museum is participating in the National Blue Star Museums program, which is presented through the National Endowment for the Arts and Blue Star Families. Through the Blue Star Museum's active duty military personnel, including National Guard and Reserves, and their families receive free museum admission. Also, don't forget to celebrate the beginning of summer on May 31st. That's Saturday with the opening of the Wisconsin Logging Museum and the 1890s Logging Camp. That's right there in Carson Park, all part of the Chippewa Valley Museum. You can take part of a special scavenger hunt as you tour the exhibit center and logging camp buildings. You can enjoy live music by Maple Ridge from 1 to 3 p.m. And I think Dan's tempted, although, Dan, we got a baseball game to deal with, but he's tempted to try his hand at getting the logs moving in a PV pole race.
Yeah, if I'm not at the game, you know where to find me.
If you're not in the game, we'll send somebody out over the left or the right field fence and chase you down in the logging camp there. But anyway, that's all at the Chippewa Valley Museum in Carson Park.
Does that mean I can wear my coveralls? Because I never get to wear those.
Sure, why not?
I can't grow a beard that fast, so.
So, due up for the Cavaliers is Sam Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker's 1 for 3. He singled to center field, flew out to center field, and hit into a fielder's choice. But that did drive in a run. There's a fly ball out into right center field. That's deep. It's off the wall. Well, it's just shy of the wall. And Knickerbocker heads back to first with a long single.
Yeah, good wrap there by Sam Knickerbocker.
He's got a 2-hit day going, and it's going to bring up Logan Hesselman. Hesselman's 0 for 3. He's twice flown out to left and then grounded into a 3-6-3 double play. And we have a courtesy runner. I think that's Ryan Hull. I can't see him right now. He's being blocked over there at first base by Storm Standiford. Dan, if you can see if that's a number 5 out there running at first. First pitch is high and away for a ball.
Let's see. It is 28.
Oh, a different runner. Here's the pitch. It's high for a ball.
Kroll.
Yeah, Ashton Kroll. And the pitch, it's down low. Chase Williams on the mound. Three balls, no strikes. And there's the get me over pitch for Williams. Williams at the belt, and he delivers. Fouled away, and the count goes full to Logan Hesselman. Williams delivers. That's high and away, ball 4. Dan, we've got to remember to pack the light that we carry for football games when we come to places where we set up like this.
Yeah. Yeah, we got that one that clips right above us.
That's going to bring up Cade Mueller. He's only had one official at bat, and there's a curveball strike. But that was productive. It was an RBI double. He's also walked and was hit by the pitch, scored on a wild pitch. He fouls that one off on the right side, and it goes out of play, right behind the Cavalier dugout. No balls and 2 strikes. To Cade Mueller. Laces that one hard, foul down the left field line. That was a line shot right through that tree over there where there's some people seated underneath it.
Yeah, solid right on the bat.
There's a ground ball over towards second, picked up, throw over to first in time, but it did move the runner over. So that puts Kroll on third and brings up Carson Windeshausen. Here's the pitch. It's high and inside for a ball. The ball back to Williams kind of got away as Baker came chasing it down. Ashton Kroll on third. And there's a strike called. Logan Hesselman's on second. One ball, one strike. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Hank Munson wants to have a talk with Chase Williams. Again, as you noticed earlier, Ben, it looked like maybe they had their signs crossed up a little bit. Here's the pitch. Check swing. It was low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the 3-1 pitch. Line shot foul. Made Ashton Kroll duck. Full count. And the pitch. Swung on, foul tip, and Windeshausen stays alive, and he breathes a sigh of relief at home plate. Runners at second and third. And the payoff pitch. That's outside, ball 4. So Windeshausen loads up the bases. Kroll on third. He's running for Knickerbocker. Hesselman on second. And Windeshausen on first. And I think we're getting a pitching change. And we are. And we'll get that all figured out for you in just a minute, as we'll take this time out on NLWN-TV.
the Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Well, the new pitcher for the Bullfrogs is an old pitcher for the Bullfrogs. It was the starter, Wes Boyarski, who's re-entering. I'm not quite sure how that rule works. I was under the impression you couldn't come back in as a pitcher if you were a pitcher. But what do I know? That pitch is inside, and Teddy Joas is usually right on top of that, so I've got to believe it's the correct thing. First pitch is inside for a ball to Riley Gopinski. And he fouls that one away. Gopinski drew a walk his last time up. He's also struck out and popped to second base. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one right back into the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Line shot, foul down the third base line, just barely. That one was looking to maybe drive in a couple runs. One ball and 2 strikes. He hits a fly ball out into right center field. Coming over and making the catch is Yeager, tagging and scoring for the Cavaliers is Ashton Kroll. So Gopinski gets a sacrifice fly. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Riley Gopinski's birthday today. And so there's a birthday gift for him to pick up an RBI. And Ryan Hull is up to the plate, batting for Jerome Delikowski. And that pitch is high. Hull did come in and run for Knickerbocker and was out trying to score on the double of Cade Mueller's. He would have been the second run in on that double. And there's a strike right at the belt. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. There's a ground ball back to Boyarski. Throw to first in time. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. But for the Cavaliers, they do pick up a run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and the bases were left full. So we've played 6 1/2. It's time for the 7th inning stretch, and the Cavaliers are on top 10-5 on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s for some vintage baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps. Our first broadcast will be on Monday, June 23rd, as the Blue Caps face the Flat Rock Bear Clan from Michigan and the Fillmore Fungi from Minnesota. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. That's Vintage Baseball, Monday, June 23rd, on NLWN-TV.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. My service never stops.
Being a cowboy, well, I don't know anything different. I had a very successful career. Life was fast. I was preparing physically. I wasn't doing anything mentally. And then I got hurt. I dug into mental health. I wanted to be better as a person. I start my day with a workout. I live life 8 seconds at a time. Find a place to stop and just breathe. Love your mind.
And we have a new rump on the bump for the Cavaliers. Cooper Dykes is out there. Spelling Eli Rathke, who went 6 innings, gave up 5 runs on 8 hits. And as I'm looking here, struck out a couple. And Dykes' first pitch is fouled back into the screen. This is Austin Yeager at the plate. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Strike called on the inside corner. This is the first appearance by Cooper Dykes this year. We've been looking forward to see him come back. He threw really well at the end of last season. Ball is fouled away. A big part of the Cavaliers' run for the CRBL championship last year. Yeager steps back in. Dykes into his motion and delivers. Check swing outside for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Check swing. He did not go. Two balls, 2 strikes. That's high and away. It's now 3-2. And that's down low for ball 4. So Yeager draws a walk. That takes us to the top of the order, Kyle Mogg. He's 0 for 3. Popped to short. Fouled to Knickerbocker back behind the plate and struck out looking. Dykes peeks over at first and delivers. High for ball 1. And he steps off. Cleared his cleats a little bit and then step back on. And the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. A ball and a strike to Kyle Mogg. Just a bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike. And there's a high pop-up out into left field. Coming on is Tillman, and he makes a catch. And that'll bring up Taylor Rathke. Rathke's 1 for 2. Singled to right field, scored a run. He flew out to right field and drew a walk. Throw over to first. And back in plenty of time that time is Yeager. And the pitch. Strike called. Mid-thigh. And swing and a miss, strike 2. Dykes bringing the heat. That pitch is inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That again was a pretty decent chase me pitch, though. Rathke delivers. And that's a pop foul. Mueller gets over and he makes a catch. That's going to bring up Will Thibodeau. Thibodeau has gotten on base every time he's come to the plate. He's walked twice and singled to right. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Strike called. And the pitch. That's a little low and away. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Runner on first. And that was inside, and I think they're going to say it hit him. No, it didn't. Runner went down to second as the ball got past Knickerbocker. And the pitch. That just missed outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Yeager on second. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Count goes full. And the pitch. Line shot out into left field for a base hit, rounding third and heading into the scores is Yeager, and the throw wasn't quite on target. And heading down to second on the play is Thibodeau. So Thibodeau gets credit for a single to left with an RBI. Yeager comes in to score, and he went to second on the play at the plate. That's going to bring up Hank Munson. He's 1 for 3. He singled to center, struck out, and grounded into a fielder's choice. So it's 10-6. And the pitch. Foul back out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Strike right down the middle of Water Street, or whatever they have for Water Street here in Strum. And the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. And Palmer barely had to move. Made the catch, and that'll do it for the Bullfrogs in the bottom of the 7th. They pick up 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we've played 7, and it's the Cavaliers 10, Bullfrogs 6 on NLWN-TV.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
My name's Stacy, I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020. One teen can come in and make you look at life in a whole different way.
You know, he's my father, so I look up to him a lot. If I can be 10% of the man he is, I'll be a happy person for sure.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
We're back here at Spangberg Field as we head to the 8th inning. Cavaliers on top, 10-6. Due up for the Cavaliers this half inning, we have Trenton Palmer, followed by Brayton Tillman and Xavier Bemnister. As it's turned into kind of a chilly evening out here. We're kind of in a low spot here in Strum, too. It's 54 degrees, but at least the rain stopped before the game started. It was sprinkling as we were setting up our equipment, but the rain stopped, and that's probably because we covered everything with plastic bags, and had we not done that, it'd be in a deluge. Trenton Palmer at the plate, got his first hit, also struck out and drew a walk. And there's a strike on the outside corner. And the pitch. That's down low for a ball. Boyarski kind of looked like maybe he slipped a little on the mound that time. And the pitch. That's high and away for a ball. Two balls and a strike. And the pitch fouled away off the left side, right underneath that tree again. And thank you, Ben, for getting us that nice shot. In the nighttime, that's kind of a pretty looking tree over there. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Trenton Palmer. That one's high. Curveball missed high. 3-2. And the pitch. That's high for ball 4. Second straight walk drawn by Palmer. Takes us back to the top of the order. Brayton Tillman coming to the plate. Tillman's 1 for 2 and a pair of walks. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Thibodeau is heading back. He makes the catch. That was deep. It's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister's 1 for 3 today. He was also hit by the pitch. Struck out looking his last time up. Palmer at first. And the pitch. Ground ball, hard shot right into the dugout area of the Bullfrogs. Made a bunch of them scramble. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Curveball got him that time. No balls, 2 strikes. Pop up out of play. Landed right behind us. I was kind of actually expecting that one to hit the roof of the awning. And Boyarski's at the belt and delivers. It's high for a ball. Throw it on to second. And in safely is Palmer. A ball and 2 strikes to Xavier Bemnister. And the pitch. Down in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boyarski looks in for the sign, now looks at second. And the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball over to third. It's off the glove. And safe at third is Palmer, as Bemnister is safe at first. It's an error on the third baseman, right off his glove. Huziga stuck the glove out. It wasn't that it was out of his range. It just went off the end of the glove and out into left field. So runners on the corners. That throw over to first, Bemnister got back. Palmer's on third. Bemnister's on second. Throw back to first again. Boyarski delivers, and it's a strike called to Caden Erickson. Erickson's 1 for 4 today. And the pitch. Pop up in fair territory and making the catches. Boyarski throw to first, and they got him doubled off of first. Bemnister was practically on second, and Ryan Bemnister was hollering back, 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 and he didn't hear it. So Erickson pops out to the pitcher, and then Bemnister is out 1-3. He's doubled off. And so for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits. There was 1 error and nobody left on base. We've played 7.5, and it's the Cavaliers 10 and the Bullfrogs 6 on NLWN-TV.
Achieving my goals as an adult was challenging without a high school diploma. With the help of an adult education center, I finished my high school diploma and it changed my life.
This yearbook is a testament to your accomplishments and how they have impacted all of us.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Being a cowboy, well, I don't know anything different. I had a very successful career. Life was fast. I was preparing physically. I wasn't doing anything mentally. And then I got hurt. I dug into mental health. I wanted to be better as a person. I start my day with a workout. I live life 8 seconds at a time. Find a place to stop and just breathe. Love your mind.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field, heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. Cavaliers on top, 10-6, due up for the Bullfrogs. Ryan Gray, Austin Baker, and Eli Huziga. And the first pitch to Gray is down low from Cooper Dykes. Gray hit a sacrifice fly, knocked in a run, grounded into a double play, and then grounded to short. That's a call to strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the wind in the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled off the right side. Count holds at 1-2. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. Ryan Gray goes down looking. That's the first strikeout for Cooper Dykes. It's going to bring up Austin Baker, who's 1 for 2. Singled and drove in a run. He drew a walk and lined out to third. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. And the pitch. Strike called. I think it surprised Baker because that broke right over the plate. And the pitch, that one's low and away for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cooper Dykes looking in for the sign. Starts his motion and delivers. Check swing, ground ball, knocked down by Hesselman, and they don't have a play. That's going to be an infield hit for Austin Baker. That's going to bring Eli Huziga, who is 2 for 3. He singled to right, singled to left, and struck out. Now he sent something to right, sent something to left. How about a fly ball to Xavier Bemnister in center? That would spread the love around, wouldn't it? Swing and a miss, strike 1. Dykes looks at first and delivers. Curveball high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's a strike at the knees. One ball, 2 strikes. Dykes delivers. Curveball, strike 3 called. Second strikeout by Cooper Dykes as he found the corner on that one. So with 2 down, up steps Storm Standiford. He is 1 for 3. And the pitch. Strike called at the belt. And the pitch. That one's down in the dirt. Throw it on to first. And back in safely is Baker. And that throw down to first was just into the foul territory side, so Hesselman didn't have a chance to make the tag. There was a good chance at making the out that time. And the pitch. That one missed. 2 balls and a strike. Now the pitch. Strike called mid-thigh. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner at first. Storm Standiford at the plate. And pops it up in the infield, and Dykes makes the catch for the 3rd out. So for the Bullfrogs, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played 8, and it's the Cavaliers 10 and the Bullfrogs 6 on NLWN-TV.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy. Our back and forth. It always came back. You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, home of the Beef River Bullfrogs. Friendly confines ballpark, outstanding hot dogs. They are definitely in the running for top dog this year. So if you get a chance to come and watch the Bullfrogs sometime, when the Cavs aren't playing, of course. But you get a chance to come and watch the Bullfrogs play here at Spangberg Field, it's worth the trip. Leading off for the Cavaliers in the top of the 9th inning, it's Sam Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker has a 2-hit day going for him. He singled a couple of times to center field. Pitches high and away for a ball. A ball, no strikes to Sam Knickerbocker. Fly ball, he hit that one pretty hard out to right center field. It's all the way out to the fence. Knickerbocker checks in at second with a double. Landed at the base of the fence. And coming in to run for him is Ashton Kroll. That's going to bring up Logan Hesselman. Hesselman is 0 for 3. He also drew a walk. Pitch is low for ball 1. Knickerbocker takes his lead. Boyarski delivers. It's down low, goes through the legs of Munson, and over to third goes Knickerbocker. Yes, that's Kroll. On the wild pitch. Well, at least I had the right part of the lineup. Two balls, no strikes to Hesselman. He chops it over towards first. It's a fair ball, fielded there and makes the out, but coming in is Ashton Kroll. So Hesselman grounds out 3 unassisted, but picks up the RBI. And Cade Mueller comes to the plate. Cavaliers now on top 11-6. 1 away. Nobody on. Strike called. Curveball broke down and in. Mueller has doubled. So he's 1 for 2. That's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Cavaliers on top 11-6. Inside. That almost got his jersey. Tried to unbutton his jersey, it looked like. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. And that one did get him. That's the second time Mueller's been hit by the pitch today. Looked like it was about the same spot, too. He's going to have a nice bruise tomorrow. Well, what is that we said when Tyler Herman used to play for the Cavs? If you're not going to hit the ball, you might as well let the ball hit you. Carson Windeshausen at the plate. Carson Windeshausen has probably come the closest this year to any Cavalier, and actually about anybody I've seen. And down to second as the ball was knocked down by Munson goes Mueller. But Windeshausen came so close to hitting a home run at Carson Park. Munson calls time as he's got a little sand in the eye. That's where if we had some music to play, we could bring in Mr. Sandman. Especially since it's getting kind of late at night. Getting very close, if not past my bedtime. And the pitch. Fly ball, that's deep into center field, way back at the base of the fence. And Windeshausen sends a double. As check that, as Cade Mueller comes in to score. So give Windeshausen RBI. And up steps Riley Gopinski. Pitch is a little bit low. Cavs hoping they can get Riley Gopinski a base hit here. He's 0 for 2. Walked and hit a sacrifice fly to score a run, or to drive in a run. That pitch is high. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on second. That's Carson Windeshausen. And the pitch. That's down low. Three balls and no strikes. And a strike called at the letters. 3-1. Kapinski has drawn a walk today. And that's high and away. That's his second walk today. That's going to bring up Ryan Hull. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. And the pitch inside for a ball. A ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Pop foul out of play. One ball and one strike, one out. 2 runners on for the Cavaliers. Pop foul back out of play. That landed splat right in the mud behind us. That made a pretty good splat sound that time. My guess is it's buried about half deep. Sam Knickerbocker went out and picked it up. A ball and 2 strikes to Ryan Hall. And the pitch. Line shot, foul. I think it either got one of the Cavaliers or it got the light pole, one of the two. Count holds at 1-2. Wes Boyarski on the mound. One out. Boyarski at the belt. 1-2 pitch. And that got him. Ryan Hall hit by the pitch. Ryan Hall getting a little teasing from his teammate. Somebody hollers, bring him an ambulance. And that'll bring up Trenton Palmer. Palmer still 1 for 2 with his first hit of the season for the Cavs and 2 walks. Boyarski delivers. It's high for a ball. Bases are loaded. Cavs on top, 12-6. Strike called. And throw over to third. Back in safely. Over at third is Windeshausen. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner, counts even at 2-2. Boyarski at the belt. And the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Palmer goes down looking. Back to the top of the order for the Cavaliers. Brayton Tillman. Tillman has 1 hit in 3 at-bats and 2 walks. And there's a ground ball through the hole into right field. 1 run comes in. Here comes the second run in to score. And a 2 RBI single for Brayton Tillman. And that brought in Windeshausen and Gapinski. Ryan Hull is on second. And, of course, Tillman's on first. Xavier Bemnister is at the plate. First pitch is a called strike. He got on an error by the third baseman his last time up. Pitch is high for a ball. And then he was doubled off when Caden Erickson popped to the pitcher. 1 ball and 1 strike. Down in the dirt. Ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. A hitter's pitch coming now for Xavier Bemnister. Ground ball over to third. Fielded there. Steps on the bag. So Bemnister is on a fielder's choice, which is a 5 unassisted. So for the Cavaliers, they have a productive inning. They picked up 4 runs on 3 hits, and there were no errors, and 2 were left on base. And we have completed 8.5, and it's the Cavaliers 14 and the Bullfrogs 6 on NLWN-TV.
Losing the fear of looking foolish comes with age.
Who did you steal him from?
Losing your way in your own home doesn't. Confusion with time and place may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Mom, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
So we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cavs on top of the Bullfrogs 14-6. And we have a pinch hitter in for the Bullfrogs, and it will be Ivan Nispel. And the first pitch missed for a ball. And he swung and missed for a strike. That one's low for a ball. Cooper Dykes on the mound. And he throws and gets a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ivan Nispel. He's replacing Justin Becker, who is 0 for 3. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout for Dykes. First one swinging. Austin Yeager coming to the plate. Yeager's 1 for 2. He scratched out an infield hit to short. Fly ball coming in is going out is Gapinski, and he makes the catch. So the Bullfrogs are down to their final out. Brings up Kyle Mogg. Mogg is 0 for 4 tonight. That one's down low and outside. Ball one. Dykes into his motion, and he delivers. Soft fly ball. Backing up is Mueller, and he makes the catch. And that's going to do it. Final score, Cavaliers 14 and the Beef River Bullfrogs 6. And the winning pitcher today is going to be Eli Rathke, putting his record at 2-1, and the losing pitcher will be Wes Boyarski. And I'm not sure what his record is, and we'll have more when we get to talking baseball right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ball game. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, May 31st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Cadott Red Sox from Carson Park in Eau Claire. Live coverage on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 o'clock noon. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Saturday, May 31st on NLWN-TV. You've been watching Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on NLWN-TV. This copyrighted presentation has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with the Eau Claire Cavaliers and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and the Eau Claire Cavaliers is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball with a look back at today's game.
Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour. What do you think?
You got jokes. You're funny.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, where the Cavaliers have come out on top of the Beef River Bullfrogs by a score of 14-6. Cavaliers had 14 runs on 12 hits. They committed 1 error. Bullfrogs 6 runs, 9 hits. They also committed 1 error. Winning pitcher was Eli Rathke. He went 6 innings, gave up 5 runs. They were all earned and on 8 hits and struck out 2. In fact, I think, yeah, he actually had more than 5 runs that he gave up. I think he gave up all 6 because Cooper Dykes did not give up any runs. And, I was looking at the wrong spot there, but, yeah, he gave up. Oh, I take that back. Cooper Dykes did give up a run. So let's keep my numbers straight here and keep them correct. Rathke gave up 5 runs. They were all earned on 8 hits, and he struck out 2. And joining us right now is Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister, and a league win is always a good win, even if it was a little scary through the first 5 innings.
Yeah, like I said, in our pregame and stuff like that, Beef's always a tough team. They play us tough. They play us tight. It took us a long time to get through that. The order again to get a couple more runs in the 9th inning to kind of put it to bed. We didn't want to throw Cooper as long as we did. but because he's going to come back and battle on Saturday, but we'll see. But it was a good game overall.
And one of the things I noticed, you finally got hitting throughout the lineup.
Yeah, the up and down looked really good. Even the guys we put in there for subs, they did their jobs. Later on, that was one of the plans we wanted to do. Lucas Cosley, he's amazing. He didn't know how to run an iPad, but that's okay. No, but yeah, even those guys and things like that. And we were trying to get Ecker up at the end, and I thought, I didn't give him enough time to warm up, sitting here for 3 hours. But he's throwing on Sunday too, so it's like, okay, let's just see if Coop can get through this. He didn't want to throw more than 50, he threw 49. So,
well, he kept to his goal, and he looked pretty effective out there.
I'd say he looked good for not. I mean, he hasn't thrown in a long time too, so that was good for him to get out there, get the work in. It was good overall. I was happy with everything I saw today.
And good, solid hitting with a little bit of power, some doubles that came in pretty handy. Defensively, one error that I counted, and, those happen from time to time, but that's a big improvement over what was happening earlier this year.
Yeah, no, definitely. We had solid defense around and things like that, so I couldn't be happier with getting a win like this. And, it's a good, it was Ryan Hall's 20th birthday today, too, so happy birthday to Ryan. So we want to get a win for him and get him in the game and have a couple of bats for him, which is cool. So, but overall, I'm very happy with how everything went.
And you've got a big weekend of baseball coming up, 3 games in 2 days. How do you plan for that?
Well, we've got a plan for our pitching. It's going to be a little skeptical, or kind of we're going to mix it around a little bit defensively and through the lineup, just because we're going to be missing a couple guys for some grad parties and some weddings and things like that. So we might be a little short-handed. We'll see, and we'll. But you know what? That's why we play a lot of these guys. I mean, it's not. We don't have 9 guys show up and play the same 9 guys all the time. We got guys coming in and out of the lineup, so there'll be guys ready to play this weekend, and hopefully we can pull out 3 more wins this weekend.
Well, congratulations on the 14-6 win today, and let's just keep it going against Cadott, which is at Carson Park.
At Carson Park.
Okay, and that's kind of an inside joke, folks, but it's at Carson Park, and then we go to Jim Falls to face the Sturgeons for a twin bill on Sunday. Yep. All right, well, congratulations. Good luck on that, and we'll see you Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. And we will have more right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
And back here at Spangberg Field, getting ready to wrap things up. Cavaliers come away 14-6 winners over the Beef River Bullfrogs. And winning pitcher Eli Rathke, losing pitcher Wes Boyarski. Cavaliers had 14 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. And the Bullfrogs 6 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. And so the Cavaliers' record moves to 4 wins and 2 losses overall, and they are 3-1 in the CRBL. And big weekend coming up for the Cavaliers. As we just mentioned, they have 3 games in 2 days, and we will talk about that first one because you should join us on Saturday, May 31st on NLWN-TV as we bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Cadott Red Sox from Carson Park. Coverage begins at 12 noon with the In the Dugout show, followed by the live play-by-play action. Don't forget to tune in to NLWN-2 for our coverage of vintage baseball as we bring you the Menominee Blue Caps playing baseball in the style of the 1860s. That'll be on Monday, June 23rd We'll bring you our coverage of the Blue Caps taking on the Flat Rock Bear Clan out of Michigan and the Fillmore Fungi from Minnesota, all taking place at the Menominee Baseball Festival. Coverage begins at 7 o'clock on NLWN-2. That'll be on Monday, the 23rd. The Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veterans identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. And then I want to remind you also that today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is being brought to you by Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. Your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. Auto Vision Center, windshield repair and replacement on North Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. Slayton's Technology, the official IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and the Chippewa Valley Museum, where you can connect with the roots of the valley right in Carson Park. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on NLWN-TV. So, for Dan Petchow and Amanda Lemler and Ben Ryder, this is Rick Olson. That final score, once again, Cavaliers 14 and the Beef River Bullfrogs 6. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on NLWN-TV.
You have been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
In the heart of small town where the rivers flow, there's a spirit rising up and it's starting to grow. Carson Park's the place where dreams come alive. Eau Claire Cavaliers, the reason we thrive. With the crack of the bat and the roar of the crowd, we spell baseball magic and we shout it out loud. For over 50 years of history, pride and cheer in this town, we're all family, the love sincere. Eau Claire Cavaliers, we wear it with pride. Big time baseball in a small town ride. From the bases to the bleachers, hear the fans sing. For the love of the game, together we bring. In this town standing tall, we always belong. With Eau Claire Cavaliers, we'll keep singing our song. Through the ups and the downs, we'll face every fight. With grit in our hearts, we'll shine ever bright. Eau Claire Cavaliers, we wear it with pride. Big time baseball in a small town ride. From the bases to the bleachers, hear the fans sing. For the love of the game, together we bring. So raise up your voices, let the stories be told. In Eau Claire's pure heart, our legacy bold. With the Cavaliers shining like stars in the night. Big time in a small town, forever in our sight.